Hello, welcome. You should be able to see everything. We'll see. Okay, cool. Hello, welcome. Hello, Kathy. Hello to everybody who may well see this stream after the fact. Uh, Vegan FTA are now doing live streams on YouTube where we'll be getting people to ask a vegan. Oh, thank you for the following. We've got some followers just now over on Facebook. Hello, me. Hello. How are we? You're okay? We're also live over on Facebook. I hope that it's all coming through okay over there. Probably worth checking. I've been vegan for 10 years now. 10 years vegan. There's some long-term vegans in the Vegan FTA group. So that's fantastic. As you can see as well, if you are watching over on Facebook, I should be able to see comments come through. Should be able to see when people turn up on Facebook. It's cool, this multi-streaming thing. Hopefully we'll be able to catch more people. We plan to do quite a lot of live streams over here. We plan to do them on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. Trying to reach as many people as possible. That's the idea. Yo, Fabi, 2014 for you as well? No way. Live looks good on Facebook. That is cool. That is awesome. I can't actually see it. So hopefully it's looking good. Been vegan for over 30 years. Oh my God, and you're not dead yet? You're not dead yet? That is wild. On YouTube, sweet, easier for me to follow at work. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's the problem with the Instagram lives. They can be quite difficult to navigate. We'll be putting the Instagram lives that we have also on YouTube so people can see the replay, in a format that's a bit easier. Thank you, Pauline, for liking this stream, and thank you to Keith for liking this stream as well. Really do appreciate it. If you have a question for a vegan, then please put it in the chat. Won't be asked. We're trying to ask answer some questions from especially non-vegans. That is the aim. So if you know any non-vegans, bring them over to this live stream right now. What do you do to tackle your protein deficiency? Kidding. Stay awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Moran, for liking this stream as well. What do you think about people who eat meat a lot without caring for the animals? I mean, that's a very difficult one when people don't care. That's what do you do about that? Especially if you're somebody who cares so much. It's a really difficult one. I think it's kind of, those are the people not to focus on, because those people will be difficult to reach. And through socialization, through legislation, they will change, 2020 for you? It was 2020 that you went vegan? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Have any non-vegans watching? Put a 1 in the chat if you're not a vegan. Put a 2 in the chat if you are a vegan. Thank you, Joan, for liking the stream. Thank you to Zena. Thank you, Patty. Thank you for liking this stream. Hello, Maz. How are you? Got some lads here. Hello, Slippery Man Bean. two. Oh, goodness. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter how long someone's been vegan. It doesn't matter at all. Just so you know, there is a pinned link. If you see it, I will put it in the chat as well for people who can't see it over on Facebook. If you want to donate to Vegan FTA and leave a little comment, you can do so. Feel free if you have the spare to support FTA. I work on behalf of FTA, Vegan FTA, and they do excellent work. got a team like constantly working. Fantastic job for all of them. So that goes a long way. And we're going to be doing streams where we raise money for sanctuaries. That's one of the plans. That would be very, very good. Did I say it right? Thank God. You're not vegan. Do you have any questions? There's a vegan here right now who will be willing to answer your questions. Thank you, Rosie, for following. Thank you, everyone, liking the stream. 30 years vegan, JJ. Yes. Your phone won't let you donate. The phone is stopping. The phone. We have changed channels. We're taking over Vegan FTA. It's going to be the stream king, okay? Dog lovers don't eat dogs. Bird lovers don't eat birds. Animal lovers don't eat animals. # be kind to all animals. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say that you love an individual while you're eating their like murdered body. Thank you, Izar, for subscribing. If you are watching over on Facebook, just so you know, this is also being streamed over on YouTube and vice versa. If you're watching on YouTube, this is also being streamed on Facebook. Make sure that you're following both, because then you'll get an insight to everything that's being posted. The salad takeover. It feels very strange being on a different platform, but I must say I'm loving it. Are you proud of your veganism? I'm not vegan, but I eat less meat. I mean, it's hard to say I'm proud, because I'm just no longer doing a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? In any other context, just no longer doing a bad thing, you wouldn't say, oh, I'm proud of that. I guess I'm proud in the sense that I'm doing something that's quite frowned upon and that causes a lot of problems for people. But essentially, I'm just no longer doing something that was wrong in the first place. So I'm not too proud of that, Yeah. How is this looking, by the way? Is anyone getting lag? Is anyone having a problem, or is it all coming through quite smoothly? Let me know. But yeah, so you say that you're not vegan, but you eat less meat. What would lead you to go further and be vegan? What would you say is the thing, Lars? Smooth like vegan butter. Yes. I'm glad it's coming through okay. Francis, thank you for liking the stream. Although I'm not vegan, I respect vegans and I'm trying to be vegan. You're trying to be vegan? Hell yes. What are you finding difficult at the moment? Salads, Mazen, hello. All coming through very smoothly. Thank you, Mr. Pedant. Good. It looks smooth to Vegan FTA. Fantastic. Most of my friends are non-vegans, unfortunately, but I inform them of the reality and they don't want to hear it. Yeah, but you just being someone who is there to inform them, who is there to make them probably feel sometimes a bit uncomfortable, probably a bit like, oh, this is something to think about, is actually a big thing. I should have got water. Wait, I do have water. I do apologize. This is vegan water, just so we're all aware. It is vegan water. So don't you worry. Thank you, Confi, for liking the stream. Thank you to Judy for liking the stream, and to Raina. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Please make sure you smash the like button. Hopefully that does something in the algorithm. We want to be outreaching and reaching as many non-vegans as we possibly can, for the awareness, and hopefully that they go vegan themselves. And we want to reach the vegans as well for a sense of community, a nice place to be. You eat little food. Could you eat what you normally eat, but in a vegan form? and like higher calorie vegan foods, like things like dates, peanut butter, stuff like that. Yes, put some corn in the comments. Yeah, this is the thing. It's when you look at it through the victim's perspective, it becomes very easy to just be like, yeah, I'm not going to do this anymore. And any like issue that you might have, I think many people can attest to having their own personal issues, but you work within them within an ethical framework. You know, you follow us on Instagram. Yes, Tina, thank you for following us on Instagram. You're amazing. When looking at the world through animals' eyes, we have to realize that inside we are all the same. We all desire to live free from pain and suffering. Exactly. Exactly, Tina. You know, we have differences with other animals just like we have differences between human beings, but that doesn't suddenly mean, we start harming each other because of those differences. We are sentient beings, we are individuals with our own experience, and that should mean something. That should mean something. I'm forgetting that I can put these comments on the screen. Corvid Moon says, hello. Oh, hey, Bambi. How are you? Does anyone else get a renewed shock if you walk down the meat aisle at a supermarket? Oh my, kids can see this. I forget sometimes that packaged meat is still normal to most. Yeah, I was walking home today. Thank you, Utah, for subscribing. Thank you to anyone who's subscribing over here on YouTube. And thank you to anyone who's smashing like over on Facebook. I was walking home today and I passed a butcher shop and I just saw all these corpses and I couldn't believe it. Brianna, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's weird to think that it is normal to most people. Very weird. Is this another VG channel? No, this is Vegan FCA channel. I'm just taking it over temporarily. Okay. Had a dream that grandma was buried at Elwood's Organic Farm. If none of you follow Elwood's Organic Dog Meat, you definitely should. Free range organic dog meat. We shouldn't have a problem with free range organic dog meat if we don't have a problem with free range organic pig meat. If this flesh isn't of issue, then the doggies will be damned as well. Angie, thank you for following. Damn, getting a lot of followers. Hello, everybody from Greece. I am vegan. Eleni, I love Greece. Greece is fantastic. You have some really nice vegan chocolate. I forget the name. Ios? Are you finding videos that you post randomly or do you have a team? Yeah, there's a dedicated team finding, posts that are quite popular that so that we can reach as many people as possible when we post something. It's quite thought through the kind of process. We can't just post anything, hopefully we want to reach as many people as possible with the content that is created. So yeah, there's a dedicated team behind Vegan FTA. So if anybody wants to donate, there is a pinned link, or I will post it in the chat right now. You can donate to Vegan FTA. Thank you so much, Animal Save Movement, for liking the stream. Yeah, if you would like to do so, that will go a long way. It will help towards the content creation. It will help towards the awareness for the sanctuaries. There's lots of things that go into Vegan FTA. If you haven't seen, we do a lot of work with the sanctuaries, for example, and we do what we can to raise awareness about animal agriculture, about animal rights, animal exploitation, and stuff of the like. Yes, Vegan FTA FTW. Absolutely. Kerry's lurking. Kerry's lurking. Don't have too many questions. Do you need a Streamlab account to donate? No, it's through PayPal. But if you look in the description, if you're not happy with that method, there are other ways. You can become a patron. There's been a couple of people just a few minutes ago who pledged via Patreon. So thank you so much to Takis and to Ali. Thank you so much for your pledge as a patron. Salads. Salads. How do you feel when you get comments of people saying, I will eat beef because of the video or stuff like that? I don't take it personally, because we are not responsible for other people's actions. They are taking it upon themselves to do that. And yeah, it might be something that they've done as a result of, oh, I got annoyed by this, so I'm going to like retaliate. But it will be in their head, you know, for something to affect them that way, where they're like, I'm going to be reactive. It shows that you are getting in their head and annoying them to some degree. And that annoyance comes with some influence, but you can't control people's actions to the point. So like taking responsibility for that fully just doesn't really make too much sense. Oh, vegan Bambi. What's the worst reductio you've ever seen? I think infinitely killing infinite planets of human beings in order to eat one piece of steak. Probably. Yeah, just say back, I'm going to eat twice as much tofu because of your non-vegan nonsense. Okay. Philomena, thank you for liking the stream, and thank you to Chantel as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, don't you know tofu literally scream when you eat them? Like, think of the soybeans. Think of the soybeans. You know, if you had in a room, you know, some soybeans that were growing, and then you had a dog, and then the house lit on fire, and you had to save one, you would be like, oh, I'm really actually kind of stuck on who to save, because plants are sentient as well. You know? They really, really are. Hey, it's fantastic. Many ears of corn. Oh, not the ears of corn. Yeah, save the beans. Yeah, it annoys me when the bacon comments are from people with their dog as their profile picture, which happens an awful lot. It really does happen quite a lot. It's very, very worrying. You enjoy a good ribeye steak? That better be a dog steak, John. Okay? Ethical, humanely harvested Labrador. Definitely. What is the Pope at? It's here. Tina, if you follow this link, the Streamlabs is connected to PayPal. The reason that I'm sending you to that one is because I've got something up that means that if you do it, we'll be able to see the comments that you've left, because you can leave a little comment. Worst argument against veganism. That's a difficult one. Worst argument against veganism. I feel like it's the appeal to nature fallacy, because that is one of the most well-known fallacies. To say, okay, this thing is good because it's natural. Okay, so sepsis is good because it's natural. Like various diseases, terminal illnesses, they are good because they're natural. Hospitals are bad because they defy nature. It's just a terrible, terrible argument. Never use it. If you find yourself going, well, this is natural, you know, stop yourself. Stop yourself, because that is not the way to think about whether or not things are good or bad. What is an argument that you think is only somewhat reasonable for people to eat meat? Any argument that you could make where it would be acceptable to cannibalize humans would be probably a reasonable argument for then eating the flesh of animals. And the reason I say that is because there's no morally relevant difference between humans and other animals that would justify a differential treatment. And if anyone has one, then I would definitely like them to pose it and we can talk about that. Yeah, let's give up modern medicine and indoor plumbing because nature is good though. Sure, Ash. I'm vegan too, but I think there's a reason, but some people argue convenience. If you would take that and accept that, like convenience being a good argument to exploit like and oppress and kill human beings, then that one would be, in your view, reasonable as well. But otherwise, there's no morally significant difference between humans and other animals. So why would there be a reason for that difference in treatment? You know? Thank you for these questions. But you can get vegan chocolate. So I'm confused. You can get vegan chocolate. Mm. Thank you so much, Rosie, for liking the stream. Please make sure you have liked the stream. I'm just going to take a little water break. Keep hydrated, okay? Make sure you're eating your beans. Thank you for the likes. I'm so sorry. Some people are kindly liking the stream, but I cannot pronounce the name because it might be in different different writing. I despair with people's lack of awareness and conscience for the cruelty we inflict upon animals. Do you have days of utter despair too? Today is one of those days for me. Vegan for the animals. Yeah, I have those days quite a lot and they're quite difficult. Oh my goodness. Five just donated $20. Thank you so much. And says veganism is not a limitation, it is an expansion of our love and commitment to non-violence. Thank you so much, Five, for your donation to Vegan FTA. Really appreciate that. If you want to donate, I will leave a link in the chat, and you'll see that over on Facebook and on YouTube. It is also a pinned comment on YouTube. Make sure you're following YouTube so you can get access to the live streams after the fact. I'm not quite sure how well it works over on Facebook. I think it looks a lot better on YouTube, but I am indeed biased. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. Unfortunately, it doesn't come on the screen, but I can see it come through. So anyone who does so, thank you to Five. Can we get some salads in the chat? Some good salads. You know how vegans love salads. We love them. For the donation. Thank you very much. But yeah, Deb, it's very difficult on days. Deb Hot has used 99 stars. Oh, you're using stars. I'm not sure what that means. I need to find out. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the salads. Yeah, these days are very difficult, and I've just started watching Pignorant, and you know, just knowing these things that happen to animals, and not just one animal, not just 10 animals, not just 100,000 animals, but trillions of animals, and it's just perpetually happening. It is so difficult. So difficult. It was you, Tina, was it? Were you did you put yourself as 5? Thank you so much. Thank you. but yeah, you can join support groups and talk about, the difficulties that you're having. I think it's really important during those times to take some mental health breaks, ground yourself, realize that, we can only do what we can. We can advocate, we can do our bit, we can join groups, we can make sure that our job is something that aligns with this. There are many things that we can personally do to positively influence, but we cannot make anyone do anything. And that's really difficult to deal with. You know, thank you, Uma, for liking the stream, and to Josu. Thank you to Lisa. Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Put a 1 in the chat if you'd like to see more of these streams. I think it's a good place for vegans to hang out. It's a good place for non-vegans to have, discussions. Thank you. Please keep liking the streams. You want to see more? Corvid wants to see more. Bambi wants to see more. Kane, Fuzzbottom, Kiaram. Animal Liberationist. Sorry if I'm saying any of your names wrong. I do apologize. I know that's really annoying. Elise. Babby wants to see them so much that she spammed the 1 button. Trinib wants to see it as well. Oh, goodness. We're going to have to do more then, aren't we? We really are going to have to do more. We're going to have to do more. Oh, goodness. We're going to have to live stream it up. There will just be endless live streams. Are you away, Slippery Man Bean? Have a good one. I get very low about it all, finding it hard to even go to supermarkets, heartbreaking with so many people that don't care. Yeah. It's hard. I think people do care, but on a very surface level. Like, people aren't really like thinking actively about things they're doing. I think people are going through the motions. And you know that people do care, because then when people kind of find out about it and make that connection, they turn vegan. Like, I did care, but I was eating animals, but I wasn't thinking about it, So I didn't quite care that enough, or there was something else psychologically happening that got in the way. So it's not just as simple as people just aren't caring. It's a very complicated, annoying, exhausting process in understanding why people do the things that they do and why they don't do things that they think that they should do. It's very exhausting within ourselves, like realizing, like looking back and thinking, why didn't I go vegan when I had that information? You just have to do what you can to protect yourself and try not to take on too much of a burden on your shoulders, which is difficult to do when we know the extent of the plight. But you do have to just look after yourself. And if anything, if you can't conjure up the strength to do it for yourself, just think about the animals. Like, they would benefit more from you protecting your mental well-being and doing what you can in the best way that you can do it. You can be a better advocate if you're in a better headspace. So definitely be looking after yourself. Thank you, Summit. Vegan live streams are the best content on YouTube. Agreed. They are fabulous, aren't they? That's true. I'm guilty of it too. As vegetarian all my life and avoided looking into the dairy industry, I knew there was nothing to see. Ignorance is hard to overcome. Yeah, the classic, if I don't look, it doesn't exist. I don't see it. It doesn't happen. That can really protect us from a lot. And we are in an age where we see a lot of things. We have access to a lot of bad things happening. And a lot of the bad stuff is in our algorithms. But when we are actively partaking in the bad stuff, and we have an ability every single day to avoid it, and it's just so easy to do as well, like on the cherry on top of the cake, like we are being called to just not ignore that. Yep, need to clip and upload your advice plus and vegan any casual time. We will be uploading a lot of the content. I got a non-vegan telling me I ruined dairy for him after telling him about it. He said not to ruin his eggs, so I did. You gotta ruin it. You gotta ruin it, you know? You have to. I was talking to somebody the other day about rennet, but I was like, Parmesan's not even vegetarian because it contains rennet. And yeah, yeah. Thank you for all these questions and comments, by the way. This is our first YouTube and Facebook live stream, and I would say it's going pretty well. So we're going to have to do way more. I'm losing faith in humanity today, Elle, due to human idiocy unrelated to animal rights. I think we're all doomed. No, I would recommend everyone read a book called Humankind: A Hopeful History by Rutger Bregman, okay? Just for your own sake, okay? And I think it's really good to implement into veganism. People inherently are better than we think they are. We have got this idea, and then when we look at all the things that are happening, it's hard to not think this is absolutely horrible. But we just got ourselves into a bit of a mess. It's as if people are just a bit more silly billies than evil or anything, and just really bad stuff happens as a result of us being ignorant or careless. So we just need to inform people. We need to do our part. We need to become educated ourselves, and we will work towards a better world. I don't think we're all doomed, okay, but maybe that's my naivete. But I think as well, for your own sake, if you're thinking that, then you can approach activism, you can approach advocacy in a much more productive way. That's just my opinion on the matter. But, that is something that can drive you every single day to be like advocating. Every single day, Vegan FTA are posting so much, advocating to people and getting a result, like seeing people who are going vegan, who are clicking on the links to interact with Help for Going Vegan. It's not all doom and gloom, I don't think. Not all doom and gloom. I thought most hard cheese contains rennet. So as a vegetarian, yeah, I think a lot of cheeses do contain rennet. Reminder that donating, yes, please. If you have any spare, then please consider donating to Vegan FTA. If you do it via that link, I'll be able to see a comment that you leave, and we can put some salads in the chat for your kind donation. Did you become vegan because of your own realization, or did someone you know inspire you? I think people around you are constantly inspiring you to do the things you do. We are a product of our environment, after all. So I would be lying if I said I'd just gone through my own conclusion. Like, what conclusion have you really got to without somebody else's outside or external force? Like, can you think of an individual, like truly individual thought at this point that you've had? Like, we are the product of people around us. And I think that's very powerful when it comes to vegan advocacy, because our communication, things that we're communicating, are things that people are going to think about. Then we rarely come to our own realization about things. But I know what you mean. Like, say, if you are like 5 years old and you see animals and you're like, I don't want to eat those animals. You've had probably an original thought without that. So it can happen. It's just very rare. So, I mean, that's great for advocacy because it means that we have a potential influence. Yeah. It was actually people's non-veganism that caused me, and hypocrisy that caused me to go vegan, because I was doing a music video for a punk band, and they did a I'll try and make this a quick story. They did a song about animal agriculture, and none of them were vegan. So I was looking up animal agriculture, and the first thing I saw was the dairy industry. And I was like, why are they singing about this if they're not vegan? And I was like, why am I not vegan? I would sing about this. Just, yeah. What are some signs for an animal vigils do you think that get people to really thinking about changing their thinking and turning them towards a vegan mindset? Something like, if there were dogs being sent here, we'd be standing here too, or you'd be standing here, something like that. Um, it's hard to think on the spot of like specific ones that would be good, but being present for those things, and just so people look and they're like, why are they standing there? Oh, because there are animals here, can be very powerful. Oh my goodness, Neil269 just donated $10 and said, not all doom and gloom. The next generation is giving me a lot of hope for the animals. Neil269, can we get some salads in the chat for Neil269 for donating to Vegan FTA? Thank you so much. That is very based. Very, very, very based. Hell yes. Yeah, it was weird. What is your theoretical solution to saving 10 plus billion animals killed by mass commercial farming a year? Well, the first idea would definitely be to cut out the middleman. So cut out the animals like who are being fed all these crops. They are on land. That means that animals are more at risk for predation. That would be the first step, like a massive thing that would contribute heavily to reducing that number. So I'd say before anything, and there's probably going to be like loads of technology in the future when there's actually incentive to protect animals. And unfortunately, we live in societies where protecting animals isn't really a thing. It's not really considered something of importance. But you can literally have technology with tomatoes that sorts out the green tomatoes from the red tomatoes, so that none of the green tomatoes enter in with the red tomatoes. There's probably so many innovative technologies that we can utilize in order to protect animals better. But a massive one before anything: cut out the middleman, stop feeding crops to animals, some of whom require more, there's a larger proportion of these animals as well. And then that would be a massive way to help with the problem. Tomatoes. Oh. But yeah, I don't know why people would say great point. It's not like, why are we forgetting that animals also have to eat? As a Vegan FCA have put, thank you for the donations. We are a 501c3 non-profit, and all donations go to helping us create content to raise awareness and make more vegans. So anyone who has donated today, that is Neil269 and to 5, thank you so much for your donations. So tired of that crop death. So, yeah, I don't know why people think it's going to like be the kryptonite of vegans. It's so confusing to me. Like, there's so many things wrong with it. I I I don't get it. Hello, Michael Askew. Hello. I think anything toys where you're looking at animals as commodities or things you can like use is probably just not like recommended. We don't want to see animals as commodities. I know the crop test thing, it's just rampant. And I do not get it. It's just mind-boggling. So we'll be going for a little bit longer, everybody. Just a reminder, you can donate to Vegan FTA via this link. And if you do so, as we said, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. So anything that you donate goes directly to helping us carry on advocating and creating the content that we do, doing our work with the sanctuaries. So please do consider, if you have a bit of spare cash, if there's something behind your sofa, then please do so. I said do. Goodness. Yvonne, thank you so much for liking the stream. Thank you to Shane. Thank you to David. Thank you to Asha, Cheryl. Oh my goodness, Christine, thank you. No, Red Briar. It's not an example of how vegans don't care. As I've said, if you can demonstrate some data that would show that vegans are responsible for a bigger proportion of the problem, then I would be very interested. However, it is the case that when we include animals, we are considering the trophic pyramid, we are including an option whereby there are more resources required. So we see a bigger problem when we include the animals. So those animals being fed those crops, plus those animals being exploited, commodified, and killed. And when we're talking about animals, we're talking about direct rights violations in animal agriculture. So that's a problem on top of a problem. It's just, we can say all we want, oh, it's vegans not caring. I really don't know how you're coming to that conclusion. And Vegan FTA has put a wonderful video in the comment section. Here's a good video about crop deaths. Veganography made us part of a mini series. So please do check that out. Why can I? Oh, sorry, my bad. I think you're. Yeah. So the position of FTA is that I wouldn't feed a cat to a dog. So I don't know why I would feed a chicken to a dog. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but you're going to need data on when we're talking about grass fed as well. What about in conditions where they can't be on grass all time of the year, so they're being fed other crops? What about situations whereby they are grass fed and the animals that the cows themselves kill, or the animals that are then privy to predation easier because of the grassland? There's no data that you can show me to show, oh, how many animals are actually being killed. So that this is a problem. And how on earth are you going to have this system where we just have grass-fed cows? Pretty sure you're going to need multiple planets for that. So it's actually a physical impossibility to even deploy that in the first place. Have you ever led chants at a march? It's fun. I have, and I have a really loud mouth. So oh, yeah, it's fantastic. How can I convince people for vegan lifestyle? And there's many ways that you can do it. A lot of the time, unfortunately, people might just care about their own well-being. So, you could talk about the plant-based aspect, and then because they are plant-based, they might be more willing to actually consider the animal rights component. I wouldn't advise that. Before anything else, I advise the ethical components, talking about animal rights itself. You can go down the route of talking about there's loads of ways you can do it. I don't even know how to begin, but the way that I typically do it, is through talking about their rights and through talking about how there's no morally significant difference between them and us that would justify it. So we're talking about rights, like the logical extension of human rights in that aspect. But Vegan FTA also shares, positive stories about animals, who have been saved, demonstrating that those are the ones that have been saved from these industries. That can be really powerful. showing footage of animal agriculture itself. Very powerful. Yeah, there's many ways to do it, which it means there's so many options. Um, Thank you for the comments over on Facebook. I do appreciate that. Have you seen the movie District 9? It's all about aliens, but it made me go vegan for the animals. Did it? District 9 was why you went vegan? Why? I can't remember the plot of District 9. People are having their own little discussions in the YouTube section. You'll have to wrap them up because we are about to end this stream. Please, final comments, leave them below. One to 27 grams of protein from terrestrial animals. It's grass fed. Well, if people want to have these debates, then they should set them up and have a discussion via the empirical data. It's probably the best way to go. Anti-oppression, anti-discrimination, anti-speciesism. Heck yeah. Any more comments? I think we're wrapping up. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who left a comment and question. Do appreciate that. Special thank you to Neil269 and to 5 who donated during this stream. This was the first stream over on YouTube and on Facebook. So thank you very much for your comments. Do appreciate that. Watch District 9. Okay. Thanks for doing this live. Looking forward to the next one. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, stay strong, fellow vegans. And I hope that you have a good day. And until next time, we will see you soon. Goodbye.